All right, welcome back to the program. If you are just joining us, this is Daybreak on Trust TV. Now it's time for us to take a look at the first discussion on the program, talking about plants. Now, all our food comes from plants, either directly or from an animal that ate a plant. Our ability to breathe oxygen comes from plants, which are crucial to our survival. Now, plants are not only dependent on humans, but also dirt. Therefore, plants can be considered to be social participants and players in society, not only in terms of food they provide us or the oxygen and shade they offer, but the ways that human relationships with plants facilitate political decisions and actions that support health in the city. Now, to talk about this, we have joining us in the studio the Secretary ABUJA Guardian Show, Mr. Yusuf Ismaila. Good morning and welcome to Daybreak.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right. So, plants.
Yes.
Do we really appreciate plants in our society? Do we really? Because we've just reeled out how important they are, to the environment, to us as individuals. But do we really appreciate them the way we're supposed to?
Actually, from my findings, we know we did not. In this part of the world, we don't. We look at it. We neglect what a plant used to do. But I think it's due to ignorance, because there's a lot of knowledge that people need to know about plants. You see, the whole of this world will come to an end if there's no plant. Okay. It's as serious as that. Because when you want to look at the importance of plants, there is nothing on this earth that exists without plants. For this, let's just look at hydrological cycle. That is how rain come. Plant alone contributes 60% of what bring our rainfall.
That's a large percentage.
So as soon as there's no such, so 40% will not give rain. You understand? So, and again, then our ozone layer, the depletion of ozone layer due to all this carbon monoxide emission of all this carbon monoxide into the atmosphere, the plant keep on battling it day in, day out. So they have to extract all this carbon monoxide from the atmosphere and put more oxygen into the system for us. So if anybody will you neglect such an important part of, because as soon as there's no oxygen, that is the end. So we don't know. So that is why there's a lot of sensitization that needed to be made, by the experts, and the policy makers should take us very serious.
Okay. Now, from your explanation, it looks like plants have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And in this part of the world, I've met quite a number of people that when you talk to them about maybe planting little plants in their homes or getting flowers in their homes, a lot of them will tell you, well, I've not really fed myself well. I cannot be thinking about plants at the moment. What number of sensitization do we need to do, just to re-echo the importance of plants in our lives?
Yes, in fact, we really need to take it holistically, very serious. But maybe go back to the school, even right from primary, nursery school. Let our children know what it is. They will grow with it. Actually, on our own, at individual and small organizational level, we are trying, but it's not much. So we are trying to see how government can key into this and make it, they should just make a very, very strong policy about it, so that every school should have what we call horticultural society, at least if that alone, if that is the only they can do, so that the children, our young ones, can come up with the whole idea. They should know better than I do when they reach my level. You see, there are so many things people to know. We are suffering so many things due to lack of knowledge, ignorance. Apart from all these things I just say now on a general level, this plant, there are some of them that, they take care of a very serious disease around. For instance, cancer. Cancer is a very serious. You hear people spending so amount. You can't see them for years. Cancer of all sorts. There's a certain plant that can take care of it. You will never smell it anyway. These are when you eat them or when you utilize them. But there are even some plants that when you plant it around your environment, it brings out fragrance, and this fragrance enter your system while you are breathing. In fact, if you have any issue to do with BP, it will normalize it in 30 minutes.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Quite
And it
interesting.
doesn't cost too much. You understand? So people are saying, I have no feed, I can't. What does plant take? It's just water after planting. You know.
All right. Well, you did make mention of the fact that we don't appreciate plants the way that we're supposed to.
exactly.
Yeah, most especially in this part of the country. But some might argue that we have a very, very strong disposition towards herbal medicine, which comes from plants. I mean, like you go around the streets, you find people peddling this herb or that herb, doing this or that, and you just made mention of a couple that actually do a lot of things as well. So in that aspect, won't you say that people actually are paying attention to things like this?
Even up to now, you won't see some people, if you are in a vehicle and somebody is saying Habame, some people say, I don't take that, because they are just closing their eye to choose one. They don't know the exact measurement. They this, they that. You understand? They don't. You know, if government come into it, and they sensitize people and legalize it to the extent that if you are in the hospital, by the time they give you synthetic medicine or orthodox medicine, you will also see right in the hospital. People will now believe on it. You understand? Because all these things we are talking about, when you stay with plant for certain years, you will know. Even if nobody is telling you, you know what they do. You understand? You know what they do. For instance, there is one man that has an eye surgery. I didn't know about it. He walked to my garden. He said, please. I said, what do you want? What do you want to buy? He said, I just want to look around. After looking around, he said, I want to sit down. I said, okay, sit down. He sat down for like 2 hours. After that, I said, I want to go, but I will come back tomorrow. The man keep on coming back, and after exactly a week, he said, I will not be coming back tomorrow. Do you know where I've been coming? I said, I don't know. He said, I have an eye surgery, and they told me I should be under a natural environment for at least 2 hours for 1 week. And there is a sign they say I should be seen. I've started seeing this since the day for yesterday. So I contacted my doctor. They say that is okay. So he now asked, well, how much can he pay? I said, no need. You don't need to pay anything. That's nature for you. You know, you understand. That's nature for you. People didn't know much about it, so government really need to do something.
All right. Well, she talked about sensitization earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so obviously we're not doing enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, apart from the government doing what it's doing, as individuals now, what can we be able to do to be able to sensitize the rest of the public on how important these plants actually are? You have an association.
We do.
How has your association been able to do what it can do in order to create awareness on the importance of plants in our society?
Actually, we are doing our very best as it concerns sensitization of people, but there is very little we can do. We only have access to those that came to us in our garden. If you come to our garden, you want to buy certain plant, I'll quickly ask you, do you know what this plant is used for? So when you say, yes, I know this, I say, okay, it can also do this and do this and do this. You say, is that so? Please, okay, I don't want to buy 2, I want to buy 5. You understand? It's not all about making money, but it's about saving humanity. So horticulture as a whole teach you about how you should relate to your fellow human and to plant as well. You know, so those are those ones we are doing. So it's due to this sensitization that we are organizing what we call ABUJA Garden Show. You know, I'm hoping we'll still talk about it later on in this program. So whoever come there will make sure you have a little knowledge better than what you have before coming. You know, we are trying that. And we also organize lectures for some of our younger ones that are not so versatile like some of us. So we organize lectures and let them know, because most people will not come to only us, they will go to them, tell them this, tell them that. So the little we know, we are telling them, inshallah. Okay.
So what is this ABUJA Garden Show going to be about?
This ABUJA Garden Show is just going to be about this enlightenment of a thing. Even there are some people who have idea, they need some plants, they don't know where to go about they don't know how to go about it. If you are there that day, you will see them. Even though you didn't see them, you now know where to go. You know, discussing this ABUJA Garden Show, it will not be complete if I didn't measure the like of Her Excellency Ajoke Muritala Muhammad.
Okay.
She's our host. She's the one, she's the visionary, she's the one who said, Kai, I want to do this. This woman has been in love with plant for years, for more than 50 years or more, you know. So he now thinks, okay, at this age, I am going, what happened to the younger generations? So he handpicked some of us, he think we are trying, and say, okay, come and let's do this. So, and we all answer to that. So what we are actually going to do is to showcase what we have when it comes to plant. The plants you can get, so many varieties of plants that people cannot even think of will be there that day. So, and from all nook and crannies of this country, people are coming from Lagos, some people are coming from Mina, not just within Abuja. So we want to sensitize the residents of Abuja about plant and where they can really get it, even though you have idea that this plant does this. Where do I get it? How do I go about it? You know? So we are ready for that.
Okay. A lot of in a lot of situations, scenarios actually come up when we talk about our cities as the urban areas. Now, we have stories of cities being planned without making provisions for green areas and parks and for recreation and the rest of it. How much of an impact do you think that will have if we are able to get that right?
Yes, it will have a lot of impact. For instance, during this our garden show, the FCT minister will be there. The Minister of Environment will be there. And these are the two people that are directly affected when it comes to what happened to Abuja in terms of environment. So we are actually going to talk. It's also going to give us a way and access to air our view of what we think it should be done when it comes to greening within the city. You know, they also need to, and I'm sure they will listen because they have idea what to do, but they need to carry along the professionals as is concerned plans. Yes, and that's what we are actually aiming at.
All right, so I think on that note, we'll end the discussion at this point. Thank you very much for coming and, of course, for the very good insights concerning how important plants are to us as human beings and, of course, to the environment in general. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. It's still Daybreak on Trust TV. We'll take a short break, and when we return, the show continues. Do stay with us.